Hey, everybody,
Okay.
it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And the update today is actually a very special guest. I have Oliver LaRosa with me. He is the CEO of Globiance. This is an interesting project because it's the fusion of a bank and a crypto exchange. And they have some other things going on too that we're going to, I think, cover in this particular video. So Oliver, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, so I always start off with the first thing is that people sometimes get on the channel and they don't have any idea who you are, and they don't know anything about Globiance. And also too, the audience can be very diverse. You can have people who are really crypto savvy, and then you can have those people who are new in the space and don't understand a lot of the vocabulary used. So I want you to introduce, what you do, but let's first do it to an audience that maybe is brand new to the crypto space, and then give the second introduction to somebody who's really been in this space for some years and knows what you're talking about. I love to always see the comparisons too. So please tell us like a little bit about yourself and what is Globiance?
All right. Yeah, as you already know, I'm German. I have been working as a systems administrator at the beginning of my career. Afterwards, I have been serving different banks with IT services with my companies, first in Germany for 8 years, and then from our headquarters in Malta for another 5 years before we started Globiance, the project. To say it very easily, I think just a traditional online banking, which you have already on your phone, like an app, combined with the new Bitcoin trading. So let's say you can buy, this is what everybody knows, Bitcoin. Everybody has heard it on this planet. So basically online banking plus the possibility to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, so it's a real fusion. I think most everybody would understand that. Okay, now tell us to someone who really is like, been in this space since 2014.
Right. Well, the explanation is not much of a difference. So actually everybody knows Revolut, which is a very famous online banking app. So if you take Binance and Revolut and just merge them, then you have exactly what Globiance is. So we have the bank accounts inside, we have cards inside, we have a full trading exchange, and we have a quick buy option where you can just buy and sell coins that you have.
Yeah, that's a great description. Yeah, it's a great description. So it's powerful. And you are on the XinFin platform. That is, I think, one of the first questions I want to ask you is, why did you choose XinFin?
Yeah, so actually we are partners with some of the XinFin founding members, and we have been following the success of XinFin. And as you know, this is like a third generation network. So there was Bitcoin first, then came Ethereum, and then came XDC. So for us, it's just like a no-brainer to build everything what we do on XDC. And also we know the features, and we are promoting XDC, not only our own platform, but all the XDC based tokens is that we are promoting, and we're helping also basically everyone to become a launchpad for the XDC based tokens as well. So we are having Globiance DEX, which is the first decentralized exchange starting as well based on XDC, and we will allow IDOs for all the XDC projects out there. And I hope there will be many more in the future as well.
Yeah, that's a big deal. It's the first DEX on XinFin. So it's congratulations to that. I think you're also going to start incorporating smart contracts. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So actually we have also our own, many people waiting for it. The live contract will be also released these days. We have our own token, which is called GBEX. And yeah, it's actually quite good. We have sold out 90% of it, and we have 3 weeks left.
Wow.
For the token sales to go.
So you're using it for the staking capabilities, I would imagine, or for the liquidity tools?
Yes, our users very much ask for the staking options, and we will provide them a staking option for their GBEX, yes. GBEX is actually a coin which is not designed for a short-term gain, but for long-term success. So it's a deflationary coin. In comparison to the other exchange tokens that are out there, I think it's the first time that the deflationary token was built ever, and is built on XDC. That means lower fees, faster transactions, lower transaction confirmation time, and so on. Everybody who knows XDC knows already the advantages, so I don't want to bore you.
Yeah, though that really is an advantage, especially now everybody's become very acutely aware of the fees that can take place on certain different chains that are using Ethereum. So yeah, the contract,
Yes.
smart contracts on that platform are very, very attractive. Okay, so you've got a tremendous amount of tokens, and you said 90% are sold out. And I know you have a really good deflationary, you've got some burn schedules in there, you've got some burning that you're going to do. You also, there is a nice chunk that's burned every time the transaction takes place. And some of those tokens then also go to the user in the way of rewards. It's an interesting, it looks like a really solid business model for the use of a token. But why so many? I mean, that's a lot of tokens. You want to tell everybody how many trillion?
Yeah, that's basically we issued at the first time 500 trillion tokens, and
I've never
people
seen
always
that
ask
before.
us why so many tokens, and we had over 100 users asked before we started, or let's say in the design process of the tokens. And what they wanted was a very small price. So they wanted to start from a lot of zeros so that they can, you know, as the users say, cut zeros nicely and get a huge profit. That's what they are looking for. I mean, we are not promising any increase of value because GBEX is, as you know, is a pure utility token for the platform.
It's a utility token, right?
But that's what users say. So they wanted to have a very low price. They have seen the success in other tokens like Shiba Inu or like Doge. And yes, they wanted a small price. So we needed a lot of token to make it happen. And also they want to have this huge burns. So we decided to have 60% of the supply burned. So from the 500 trillion tokens, in reality, after 2 years, there will be only 200 left. So we have six huge events. And at the end, there will be 200. And this is before the daily tax and burn. So for every transaction, we are collecting 4% tax.
Right.
2% goes into the user rewards for all the users, and 2% are being burned. So that means, yes, there are a lot of tokens, but they will be decreased on daily basis. And GBEX is used mandatory for the fee payments in the platform and also on our crypto payment gateway. So all the fees that we collect there, we will directly collect the tax and burn. That will happen every single day. And we have a lot of platforms launched all over the globe. So I think
you're really in the middle. You're in the middle of some really aggressive global expansion, aren't you? I think Turkey and Switzerland, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know all the places that you have built out, and I would love to hear.
Right. Yeah. So at the moment, we have a European platform live in Estonia. Within the next 4 to 6 weeks, Switzerland is starting, Turkey is starting, our BVI platform is starting. We're at the moment opening or preparing to open in the USA, in Canada, and in 7 South American countries: Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Chile, Colombia, Paraguay, and Mexico.
LATAM area is on fire, as is Africa too. I've been really doing a lot of research about Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. I mean, I'm really
South
impressed.
Africa, we are opening as well. This will happen this year too, and other Asian jurisdictions. We also go for a license in Japan and Korea, but those will take until next year. There's a lot of work to do with the regulators. Same for Singapore. We are still working with the regulators there.
The monetary
Thailand,
authority.
we have also recently started.
Yeah, the Southeast nations are a little slower because I think they have the regulation in place. Those countries you mentioned, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, but they have real stringent hoops to jump through, and they take their time. You know, like the FSA, the Financial Service Agency in Japan, they're just not fast. And I know that in Singapore too, they only release a very small amount of licenses every year. So it's a kind of a methodical step-by-step process with these countries.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of work to do with the regulators. I think now our prime location will be Switzerland. That's one of the first big licenses that we get, and I hope the next one will be Singapore, followed then by Japan and Korea, which will give us a very good hold in the market all over the world. Australia, by the way, is also starting soon. I hope in November as well. So yes, we have been expanding aggressively in this time, but I think it's needed because we need to be, or we want to be, operating legally in as many countries as possible.
Yeah, good luck with the US.
Especially in the US, we want to be very sure that we have a proper and legal setup before we start any sales of tokens there. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
I know regulation is coming, but right now there's a lot of chaos. So I think it'll eventually work itself out. So I want to talk about the stable coins too. And the reason why is because, again, I'm doing a lot of research on the growth of stable coins, which today there was a, what was it? Jump Capital wrote an article about how the impending market is going to be in the trillions very soon. And you have some interesting, you have an interesting stable coin kind of collection on the exchange, don't you?
Yes, actually, this is a project which we designed with XinFin together with the community. We have been already preparing this since 2020. Basically, stable coins for all major currencies. We have prepared most of them already. They are live on the network, but we have not been promoting them so far. That's what we're starting right now, together with XinFin.
Yeah, I'm super focused on watching the growth of this stablecoin market. You've got some interesting XRP pairs too. The ones, I think you have 3 right now, is that right? And are
so
you
far,
gonna,
yes, but we will add more for you because I know that you're a great fan.
Yeah,
no,
well,
actually, we have also our own a lot of Ripple, a lot of XRPs in our wallets as well. So we do believe in XRP, and we will add on also more pairs as we go.
I hope you signed up on the Google Doc to be a supporter of Attorney John Deaton for his representation. He's going to have a voice in that court case. So yeah, so if you haven't, definitely, yep, 42,000 people now. That's a new number that came out in the last 24 hours, and 55 countries are represented in the list. Yeah, it's really good. All right, so yeah, I do pay attention to the XRP community quite a bit. That is a really good, also the XRP.
Oh, I lost you for a moment.
Oh, okay.
I lost you for a moment, sorry.
It's okay. I was just rambling. Really.
You asked me for the document. We haven't signed yet. Send me the link and I will do it. Our whole company will do it.
Yeah,
sure. Why not?
The document with Attorney John Deaton. Okay, so
yes.
Now that I understand that the number of tokens that you have isn't so scary as I thought it was with your burn schedule and the tax and the usage for being on the thing, it makes sense. And and being 90% sold already is very impressive. You've got this anti-whale policy where you limit an individual or an entity or an address to have no more than 0.5%. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And
how do you police that?
Okay, actually, you know that we have been working with fully KYC customers from day one. So we have brought on an ex-head of compliance of a department in HSBC, and she has been writing our policies so that we are fully compliant with the traditional banking system from the first moment, because that's what we were working on, to create the fusion between bank and crypto exchange. We understood that if we don't do it, then it's not going to happen. So the banks will reject working with us. And that's why we started only to work in this way. So our customer accounts, before they start trading, before they start their withdrawals, they have to pass through KYC. So in theory, you could register with 2 email addresses, But as soon as you would try to show your passport a second time and go through KYC, then it would be really obvious that we have two Eris on the platform.
Yeah,
So,
right. Okay. I wasn't
I will not
sure.
say it's impossible. I will not say
Yeah.
it's impossible. Like if you,
Right.
for example, go through middleman, but it's already, it's very hard, I would say, with the KYC system that we have in place.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a pretty good policy, I think. I think more people should follow that policy. You work with about 20 market makers out there too. The reason why I'm going to ask this question is because I have a kind of a community friend in the XRP community that does an API for his website that tracks XRP transactions and volume. And so I'm just kind of curious, do you offer an API for public viewing to see volume?
Yeah, so we have trading APIs. And as you asked for the liquidity providers, so we have actually 3 liquidity providers, one of them the biggest in the world, and they connect us to over 20 sources themselves. So we have one in priority that we use, which have the best prices, and then we have 2 others in backup, just if they're not the prices that we want to see, or if there's some outage, so we still have a backup of 2 others. But actually they're presenting us prices from over 20 different sources, which includes different top 10 exchanges as well. And at the moment, if you look in our platform, most of the trades, which are from the clients that we gathered in the last years, they are actually made through these liquidity providers. So our internal order book doesn't have as much volume as the external trades that we send out. Our customers are mostly business clients from the last years that use our services, and they are mostly transacting, sorry, not in XRP, but in Bitcoin and in Ethereum mostly. And they're sending just big batches, like, I don't know, it could be 40 Bitcoins a day, and just want to sell this off because they receive this as a payment for their invoices and just want to have cash as fast as possible. So they're mostly using our quick buy, and this goes to these liquidity providers. In the future, with a lot of nice XRP pairs and XDC pairs and all the new coins that we're listing, and they're coming, by the way, some new tokens based on XDC this week. With all this, we hope that the internal order book now will be filled as well with a lot of traffic, because we hope to become one of the most recognized exchanges when it comes to XDC based tokens. So we are doing whatever we can to support the community. I don't know if you followed our chat, but it's mostly that users request something, then we look into it, research it, talk with the teams, and then we get the tokens on. That's what we did with SRX. That's what we did with Legacy.
Yeah, well, it's good if you listen to the community, because that's you know, that's who you want to please, because that's how you keep growing the loyalty and the community base. Yeah, it's good. I think I'm happy to hear that you are listening to their voices. It's good. Yeah, the tracking the volume is an interesting thing to do, and I don't doubt that once XRP gets its regulatory clarity, there's going to be a big change and difference into how that particular digital asset is traded. So yeah.
Yes, and I think also in the price, that's why we are holding on to our XRPs.
You have the ability on your exchange, you can buy crypto with crypto, which is also an interesting, you know, payment gateway for people who don't want to use a credit card or who don't want to use their fiat. Yeah, so that's an interesting, and that's, I think, a real plus. I saw that. That's good. What banks are behind you? Because you've got this you've got IBAN account services. People can have real checking account or, you know, real bank accounts with you. Do you try to get a banking partner in every country that you go into? Is that how you do that?
Yes, actually we have over 30 banking partners worldwide. And at the moment we can issue IBANs from France, Spain, from Ireland, and from Lithuania. These are the 4 that we have live, and the integration in the platform will be done very soon. So at the moment, we issue these IBANs to business clients out of the platform, so that they have just like an online banking. But we're integrating it now in an order menu where the users can just select whatever they want. So for example, today you need a Spanish IBAN, then you can just see this one I would like to have, and just order it, give some parameters, and order it from the menu, and you will receive it along with banking cards as well, MasterCard and Visa. We have both programs.
Yeah, I saw that. It's very handy, really flexible, a really flexible business. So one of the segments of banking is payments, right? So I'm just kind of curious, are you going to go into that sector?
We are already in the sector. So we have a crypto payment gateway, which is basically a replacement for, let's say you're on a platform, on an online store, e-commerce, on an e-commerce platform, and you want to just check out. Instead of credit card, there will be another option to check out, for example, with Bitcoin or XDC or GBEX or XRP. And it basically gives you a QR code, wallet address, and the user is being shown how many of the currency, let's say Bitcoin, he should pay to pay the invoice to the e-commerce platform. And then we credit to the platform. Mostly they want fiat, so mostly it's euro or US dollar, but could be also Bitcoin to the wallet. It's a merchant wallet. So everybody or every user who has a business account in Globiance can also apply for the merchant services, and you will get an API which you can integrate, and they can just build a checkout based on the Globiance merchant gateway inside of their own platform.
Totally understand. Yeah, I was thinking more of the B2C or C2B, you know, in that way, but I understand that you've got it together for the backside for those merchants that are your business customers. So you
sometimes you know how it is. Sometimes people don't have credit cards but would like to shop. There's a lot of these problems at the moment in the world. So I think it's just natural. It's like an evolutionary step.
It is
to provide also the cryptocurrency payments in your shop, whatever your platform you have.
Yeah, it's you're ahead of the curve there, but 5 years from now, it's not even going to be. It's going to be absolute mandatory to offer it because it'll be so competitive for different payment services and different payment options. We're just starting to see that really ramp up now. So as far as crypto, because I know you are really into the crypto space, I'm just curious, what is an interesting project that became on your radar lately?
Actually, I'm following mostly XDC at the moment. And I'm seeing that what is really interesting for me is the trade finance, which has already begun. So there's a huge test from Chinese side on the XDC network. And if trade finance kicks really off on XDC, then I think everyone who holds some, and I think you do, should really see a big increase in value. We're looking forward to this. So everything that is XDC based at the moment has our full attention.
That's good to know. I think that's going to make everybody very happy. So you also talked about in a video that I watched, just so that I could understand what it is you're up to. You were going to get, when you were in Turkey, your goal was to get your mom, when she was going to come visit you, to get your mom to use the app. Did you ever get that done?
Yes, my mom has not only the app, but she also has GBEX in the app, and she's also looking forward to the price increase in the next year. So the whole family is owning GBEX. We have given, of course, to our family and friends, and everybody wish success to GBEX. Yeah,
that's great. I think someone had said if your mom can do the app, then anybody can do the app. That's a great hurdle to get over.
Yeah, it's not really complicated yet. We don't have too many features built in, but we have a 2 weeks release cycle, and every 2 weeks you will see new features. So we'll be going on to release and release and release until everything what we wanted to have inside, including the DEX, and including in the future maybe some staking options, and everything what we're building you will see in the apps. Just
I'm really interested.
Watch out and get surprised.
So if people want to follow the all of the milestones that you're hitting and all of the plans and all the things going on, where's the best place to find you? On crypto Twitter, or do you have a community that sits in a Discord? Where's the best place to follow you?
Right. So we have Twitter, of course, and I'm releasing all the news, whatever happens. I'm sending the updates personally, but we also have a Telegram channel where everybody is discussing the updates, and they are already ticking the boxes before we even announce. So, for example, we have already the iOS app was in the stores, and people already shouted that I found it, I tested it, it's great, before we could even write an announcement. So the Telegram channel has more information sometimes that we even posted ourselves.
You're so
As
lucky.
you said, the community is very fast.
Yeah, you're so lucky to have an active community like that. It's really valuable. It's really precious. And, you know, it's really, I'm pleased to hear that you do. So what is it that I forgot to ask you today that you'd like to be sure that we know?
I think we covered all the topics. We have been talking about the platform, about XDC listing initiatives, building new Ripple pairs for you.
Yeah, thank you. No,
Cards, bank
XRP
accounts.
pairs. XRP pairs.
Yeah, XRP pairs, sorry. Old
Yeah.
vocabulary.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, it used to be called Ripple. So when people make that mistake, it's really, to me, it shows you, oh, you're an OG in the space, because that's what it was called before they did the rebranding. So I don't get so, yeah, I just, for me, it's like ADA. Used to be called ADA. I don't know if you remember, no one was calling it ADA 2-3 years ago. They were calling it ADA. And so when people correct me, I say, I think to myself, oh, you haven't been in the space that long. But yeah, when people call XRP Ripple, it's even though the company is Ripple and digital asset is XRP now, and it is completely really important to separate those two. Yeah,
we have just recently changed the logo in our platform. It was just still the old logo since last month.
Yeah, well, actually, it's still in Japan. All the exchanges use the Triskelion for the. It's just, yeah, it's hard to get that in every corner of the world. Well, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like the time went really fast for me. I'm so glad I got to have this chance with you, because I think you've got a lot going on that is going to be really exciting to watch and follow. And I'm so happy that you're on the XinFin platform and that you're supporting everything for the XDC ecosystem too. That's important to me. And I know that's important for a lot of other people out there. So I think you're a great partner. And I look forward to seeing you and your wife, your beautiful wife. The two of you were on the new C-suite cover, right? That was a really beautiful shot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will tell her.
Yeah, you'll have to let her know. So I thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure, and I hope to talk to you again when, you know, let's check in with each other like in 6 months and see what you've done and where you have established new locations and get an update then, okay?
Until then, we should also have come to Tokyo already and have met in person.
I can't wait. Yeah. No, I'm right in the heart, right in the center of the city. So be very easy for us to get together. And I would love to take you to some of my favorite places to
okay, perfect. And
eat.
we also told, yeah, of course, that's one of the main reasons that we want to come.
Right.
But also we want to organize a dinner for our community. So it's a casual meet the GBEX team event. And we will invite people from the community that help us, the top GBEX holder. We will also have a lottery, and we'll invite others. So there will be a lot of people. I think we will invite you too.
I appreciate that. I will definitely come. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been great. And I will hopefully talk to you again virtually like this. I'm going to reach out to you in about 6 months and see what you're doing.
Latest.
All right. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much. Bye.